Hello everybody, this here is Bubba Ray Productions. This here is Bubba Ray talking from behind the camera. Now I'm coming around to be in front of the camera. I have a low budget here. I ain't got no 15-year-old nerd kid to do the editing and technical stuff yet. So until we do that, you're going to have to bear with this primitive studio situation. But what I have to say is more important than that. Little background. I was down at the river at my fishing spot one night, and I had a vision. I ain't never had no vision before, but I had this vision, and that vision said, Bubba Ray, you got a gift of pontificating and commentating, and you need to go out and share your thoughts with others so that they can think and start talking about issues. So here's what we're doing. We're going to talk about the Arizona immigration law. Now, we got a woman governor out in Arizona that's got bigger huevos, if you know what I mean, and I think you do, than that man governor, Rick Perry, up there in Austin, Texas. It is Bubba Ray's considered opinion that Rick Perry just a skunk, and he's a skunk, ain't got no huevos. That's my opinion. Now, I got to say, if I offend anybody with anything I say here, I want you to know from the bottom of Bubba Ray's heart, I sincerely do not give a dang. I don't care. I didn't drag you up to that computer and I didn't put your hand on that rat and say, click to play. You done that by yourself. So, here's the deal, folks. That immigration law ain't racist. That immigration law is common sense. And it's common sense if you are Hispanic, black, white, green, some mix of all of that stuff, Asian. It's common sense. Now, for those of you that was born here, you got a vested interest in the security and safety of our borders and our communities and our economy. For those of you that have come here legally from another country, either as permanent resident aliens or have become citizens, you have a vested interest in that same dang thing. Why should you have to go through what you went through to become a citizen or become a resident, legal resident, when them other people thinks they can just walk across the border and start taking jobs and taking up space in your community and in your hospitals and social welfare system, huh? It ain't fair to you. It don't matter what your background is. You might be Hispanic, but you're being taken advantage of, but you've been took advantage of if you did it the right way and them other people just walking in. Ain't right. So, the people that say it's racist are saying it for a couple of reasons. Number one, there's a lot of ignorance to go around. Number two, politicians who's owned by businesses and special interest groups want that slave labor. They want that cheap, hard-working person in the kitchen or on top of that house putting that roof on. They want to pay slave wages. And that's why some of them want the immigration situation to stay the way it is. Then you got politicians, mostly Democrats, thinking that if we let all these people in, we can normalize their butts someday and then they can vote and they're going to vote for us. Well, the Democratic Party is selling out the safety and security of this here nation. That's all there is to it. So you got ignorance, you got politics, you got business, but they are all the wrong reasons to say that we don't want no border. The translation of what the naysayers is saying about that Arizona law, including your Presidente Obama, is saying, here's the translation now, turn the lights on because I don't want to say it twice. It's saying we don't want no borders and we don't want nobody controlling no borders, and the American people and the nation of the US of A has no right to know who's coming into our country, where they're coming in, who they are, and what they're doing and where they're going. Does that make sense? Don't matter where you are politically. Does that make sense? This here is Bubba Ray. That's my Cracker Barrel commentary for the day. And we'll be doing some more stuff on some other things. In the meantime, remember this face, Governor Rick Perry. Remember that face. When he decides he wants to be your president, you just remember that that woman governor out there in Arizona might be a better choice because she's got wavels. This here's Bubba Ray going back behind the camera now to turn it off. Goodbye.